Hey guys, it's me, Addie. So I'm going to do another video, and I'm really excited about this video. It's a Copic marker versus Prismacolor marker. Yay! So, the video is going to be as before. I'm going to show you the materials, and then I'm going to review each of them, and then there might be a time lapse, there might not, depending on how long this video. My last video was very, very long, and if you watched the whole thing, thank you very much. If you didn't, I talk a lot, I'm very sorry. But, yeah, so let's get started. I'm going to introduce the materials that I used for the drawings, and I will show the drawings later. So this is the paper that I'll be using. I don't know if you can actually see it, but it's a Canson mixed media, extra large, 7x10, 98 pounds. Now, I got this one at Michael's, a buy one get one free. It's a really, really good deal. Now normally they're really, really expensive, so when there's no sales on the buy one get one free, and I want to get the same type, I actually could just go to Walmart. They sell this for like $6 after tax. I want to say $6 or $7 around there. I can't really remember. But they sell the same brand at Walmart, but for cheaper. So this is the paper that I'll be coloring on, Canson. I really like Canson. And then, let me get the other material. Okay, so I inked it with a Micron inking pen, and it's actually the brown one. And I really like doing inking color. I really like inking colors in brown, but I have a majority of black pens, so I use those a lot to just, you know, finish them off and whatnot. And then this eraser actually was pretty expensive for being an eraser. I think it was like $5-6. But why it was so expensive is because this is actually an eraser for inking. Now, you might be confused, and let me explain. This eraser lifts up only pencil lines. So if I inked a picture and I erased it, it'll only get the picture, it'll only get the lead, but not the ink. So the ink still looks like you just barely inked it. It's not faded, it's not turning white at all. And this is a really, really, really good eraser, and it lasted me quite a while. It lasted me at least, I want to say 2 years now. And the reason why it lasted me so long is because I only use it for inking. And sometimes I rarely do inking because I feel like my inking is not that great. But practice makes perfect. So these are the items I use to do the picture. And now I'm going to move on to the reviewers, or the reviewees. Okay, so inside this lunchbox is Prisma markers. So when I was younger, I really got into markers. When I was about 17, 18 years old, I got into markers because I had to use them for school, and my school gave us a 12-pack. Was it a 12-pack or 24-pack? I don't know. They gave us markers in the package that we had to buy, and I fell in love with the Prismacolor markers, and I would use them a lot, and I would practice with them, and I got really good with them, and I acquired more over the years, and I had my own job, and I was always working and buying whatever I wanted. So if you think my mommy and my daddy bought me everything, they didn't. So these are the Prismacolors, and I have a lot. I mean, there are a lot in here. So yeah, so this is gonna go against Copic. So let me grab the Copics. Okay guys, this is my Copic marker collection that I have got, and I'm going to go into a quick story on how I actually got these. So I was actually very blessed because at the school I was going their store got bought out by Barnes & Nobles. So what happened was Barnes & Nobles decided that they did not want Copic markers to be sold at our school anymore. So they were on sale. The chows, these chows right here, all the chows I have, they were on sale for 92 cents. And the only two sketch markers I was able to achieve was this brown one right here and this pink one. And they were, I think, $1. And then a few months later, my birthday came, and someone that was very dear to me back then bought me the manga skin colors, and it came with 8 chow markers and a black multi-liner, and he bought it for me because I didn't have any skin tones at that time. But before I got the chows and the sketch, I actually had Copic originals. So I actually got a set at my old school, the art school, for $136, and I was a noob and I wanted to try new markers instead of Prismacolor markers. So I asked a teacher of mine, he really didn't know about markers, and he told me that the square ones were the ones with the brush tips. So like an idiot, I bought them. And I actually gave the rest of those colors to my dad because he really liked how they look, and how they made his drawings look. And he let me keep certain colors, so I got to keep all the yellows because I really like the yellows. And then he let me keep the gray tones. He did not like the gray tones, and he's like, "Do you like them?" I said yes, and I took them. So these are all the markers of Copic I have. I actually haven't bought any new ones because I feel like the ones I have are suffice, and I need more money to buy some. But these are all I have, and I was very blessed to actually get these, and I feel very happy that I do have this small collection. I mean, there are times where I go, man, I wish I had all of them, but then I look at my markers and I'm like, you know what, I'm happy with what I have to work with those. So yeah. Okay, so this is the picture that I'm going to be coloring, and the reason why she has that armband is because I was watching The Legend of Korra when I was drawing this picture, and I was like, yeah, I like this cartoon and I like her armband, so I put it on the character. It's not Korra. It's not Korra at all, so don't think it is. It's not. So I inked it, and I used why can't I remember the name of the color of the inking pen? It's the brown one. It's on the tip of my tongue, but I can't remember. So yeah, I'm gonna be inking this. So what's gonna happen is, if there's time on the video, I'm going to keep the time lapse in it. If there's not, it'll be a separate video, and I'm not going to be doing both of them at the same time. I'm not going to be coloring both of them at the same time. I'm actually going to be coloring one by itself, because if I color it at the same time, I'm going to get all confused. So I'm going to start coloring. Oh, I'm going to pick out my colors first, and then I'm going to start coloring. So see you guys there. Bye. Okay, so I just got done coloring the art piece, and I forgot how much harder it was to blend with Prisma markers, but I think I did a pretty badass job. I mean, good job. Sorry, excuse my language. You know, I'm a tad bit rusty with Prisma markers, and a lot of people think that you should draw big pictures and color it with markers. It's like, no, draw smaller pictures. Not only are you able to save your ink on your markers, but also at the same time you're able to create beautiful tiny pieces of art. So my review on the markers actually are that they're a little tad bit harder to blend. The colors are still bright and vibrant, but what sucks is they're not refillable. You have to toss them out, and in case you haven't noticed, when I was coloring, there was a part where I noticed my marker was going dry, and I'm like, no! So if you know how to revive your markers, and there are YouTube videos that tell you how to revive Prismacolor markers, keep them. I'm actually going to try to find a video and try to revive a few of my flesh tones that I have. So I'm going to move on to the Copic marker coloring, and let's get this done. Okay, so I'm back, and I actually chose all the colors I need. Like, these are going to be my flesh tones. I normally use 4 to 5 to 6, it depends, but since I have such a limited selection, I try to do the best I can. And what I do to choose out what colors go with what is I actually try all the colors I have, and then I figure out which ones might blend together, and I eyeball everything. Sometimes it comes out perfect, sometimes it comes out bad, so we're actually gonna just go with the flow. So time for a time lapse. So I just finished painting, I don't know, the picture with the Copic markers, and as you can see, it was very easy to blend with. What I'm going to do right now is actually I'm going to review them side by side, so give me a quick second. Okay, so this is going to be the review side by side. So this is Prismacolor and this is Copic. And what I'm going to have to say between the two is that Copic has very bright colors, and I really like that, and you could blend them very, 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 very easily. And Prismacolors, their colors are a little dark and dreary, kind of like a gothic feel. Blending was very, very, very hard. But other than that, I actually like both of them very much. So I'm going to go through the pros and cons of each marker. So hold on. So I'm back, and we are going to do the pros and cons of the Prisma marker first. There are plenty of pros for this marker. Pros go as stated. They are cheap. They have many different colors. That's it. Cons. They are not refillable. They are hard to blend. But if you keep practicing with Prismacolor markers, you actually could achieve a very, 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 very beautiful piece of art. And it took me a long time to get where I'm at right now with Prismacolor markers. I mean, I didn't even know how to blend the Prismacolor markers when I first got them. I mean, I should show you my very first art pictures that I colored with Prisma marker, and it will not look nice. Seriously, it will not look nice. But those are my pros and cons for Prismacolor markers. Now I'm going to go on to Copic. Okay, so the pros and cons with Copics. We are going to do the pros first. So pros are they have beautiful colors. They're blendable. They can blend into each other very, very, very easily. They're refillable. You could use it with airbrushing as well. That's another pro. Let's see. Now I'm going to go into the cons. Now the cons are, and I find this a con because some people might find this a con. There's different types: chow, sketch, and original, and each of them come in a variety of colors. And when I say variety, I mean a limited amount of colors. I think chow is like 100 and something, sketch is probably has the complete colors, and original has a sort of assorted colors as well. I don't know for sure. I haven't been keeping up with that. And some people say that's a con because a lot of people like to use chow. A lot of people I know like to use chow, and they're like, well, they don't have all the complete colors, you have to get sketch. And sketch is a little more expensive than chow. And yeah. And a lot of people say that it's kind of a balance between con and pro, and it's changing the nibs. Like you could actually change the brush tip if something goes wrong with it, or if it breaks. And that's actually a pro and a con because it could be messy at the same time, and then you have to buy these special things, and that's more money. And as I said, the pricing is a big con. They are expensive. It's like $7.99 for one marker. I know you could find them cheaper different places, but at the same time they're expensive. So yeah. Now if I had to choose between the two, I would have to say both of them. Copic is a little higher. I want to say an inch higher than Prisma, but the reason why I like Prisma is that you can actually achieve the same type of art piece, as you can do with the Copics. And yes, it would be hard to blend, and the colors might not be as bright and vibrant as the Copics, but they're still pretty good. And truth be told, I actually worked hard to get where I'm at with Prismacolors. If you see my earlier works with markers, they are horrible. There's no blending, and it just looks really weird. And if I did blend, I didn't really do a good job at it. So I have to say, between the two, I would choose both. But I know a lot of people would praise Copics, and yes, Copics is a better choice. They're refillable. You can keep them forever. But I say both because I work so hard to get where I'm at with Prismacolors. So that's why I would choose both. Yeah. So I do want to say thank you for watching this video and listening to me ramble. And yeah, and stay tuned. I will be posting more videos, and I'm thinking of doing another Copic time-lapse video. I don't know for sure. I have a picture that I've been wanting to color. Now, if you want tutorials and references, more tutorials, I'm willing to do tutorials. But message me on what you might want to see in a tutorial, and I'll message you back saying if it's possible or not. But other than that, you know, comment, subscribe, whatever. But thanks a lot, and see you soon. Bye.